Good morning. This is the podcast Ancient Rome Today. In previous episodes, we discussed multiple popular foods in Rome. And today, you'll discover what Roman soldiers ate. As you know, the Roman army was extremely successful for many centuries. Besides discipline, what other secrets promoted the success of Roman military campaigns? With no doubt, proper nutrition was essential for Roman legionaries. At that time, it was already known that a balanced diet was vital to ensure strength and endurance, not only during battles, but also during long marches. Ancient sources evidence that legionaries walked a lot, up to 50 kilometers a day, carrying around 30 kilos of equipment. So, what was the diet of Roman soldiers like? On a typical workday, when there were no battles, soldiers ate 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Their breakfast was quite light. They ate spelt biscuits, cheese, dried fruit, and nuts. For lunch, they prepared meat, fish, or other protein-based foods. If the campaign took place in the countryside, they also ate vegetables. The evening meal was the most important, with an abundant quantity of food. That was the time when the soldiers recovered their strength after an exhausting day. The basis of the Roman army's diet was wheat frumentum. Each soldier had a tool to grind the grain into flour, which was then used to make bread and biscuits. Biscuits were very popular because they were quite compact. They could be eaten on the go, which was very useful during battle days. Another fundamental element of the soldier's diet was meat. Some ancient sources say that legionaries tried to eat it daily. They usually consumed beef and pork. It could be purchased at markets where legionaries passed. The meat was also preserved using modern-like techniques before moving to deserted areas far from cities. The legionary diet also heavily relied on legumes, lentils, peas, and broad beans. These were easy to transport and cook. Besides that, they were very nutritious. As for liquids, every Roman soldier carried a canteen of water and wine. But it wasn't the high-quality banquet wine. It was acidic wine mixed with water. If you'd like to learn more about the types of wine, listen to episode 21 of this podcast. Despite this, the legionaries drank wine almost every day, not for pleasure, but for nourishment. Wine was perceived as a fairly high-calorie and energy-giving beverage. It was also used as a disinfectant that neutralized dangerous bacteria when mixed with water. Fruits and vegetables were also very important in the diet of Roman soldiers. They tried to consume them every day for intestinal health. Apples, plums, and pears, fresh or dried, were often used. When military campaigns took place in the eastern regions, soldiers also ate figs, peaches, and other seasonal fruits typical of those areas. It's also necessary to note that oil was always present in the Roman army's stock. They used it not only to cook meals, but also for washing. If you want to learn more about the use of oil at the time, listen to episode 22 of this podcast. To recap, Roman soldiers tried to diversify their diet. They consumed different foods: meat, fruit, bread, wine, and so on. Obviously, this was not regular on a day-to-day basis, as everything depended on the course of the military campaign and the geographic location. However, legionaries used preservation techniques to adapt to various weather conditions and battlefield environments. Thank you for your attention.